We are live for the Team Exalt Power Hour. I hope. Hopefully, my guest today can keep us on track. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful evening, that you're all alive, have survived your recent A scale races. Those of you that went to PNB, my goodness, that was my first time going. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get to it. Mason is going to jump in here. I'm excited to talk to Mason. I don't know where the comments are going to come from in this thing. Sorry, guys. I'm using some new software here for the Team Exalt Power Hour. If you guys are going to share this with your friends, please do so. We can get some more comments in here. I need to ask Kevin if we need to do the Discord thing on this Power Hour, because I really like that. Because then you guys can share like your media with me, and then we can jump in there. We can talk about it. We're gonna ask the boss. We're gonna see what he has to say. Maybe if you go and buy a T-shirt, he'll like it. I don't know, but we'll find out. These new T-shirts are pretty sick. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got like a new logo on the back. It's pretty sick. I really like it. If you guys are commenting and I don't see it, I'm sorry. Just call Kevin's personal phone number and complain. He'll love it. Okay, so this is just going to be a quick little recap of some of the A scale stuff that's been going on in the Team Exalt world, my world, Mason's world, Kevin's world. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if we could fit this into an entire hour, but we're going to try our best. I'm excited to have Mason in here. He is going to give us all the speed secrets that we would ever want and need, every single one of them. I think he can hear me talking, but he's saying, "Oh no, I gotta say something on this stream." Yes, Mason, you're gonna have to say stuff on this stream. I'm excited. I'm not seeing any comments. If you guys are saying hello, hi. I could just pretend. I think that the comments are gonna pop up here. Sorry, I'm so focused on the technical aspect because I've never done this before. Oh, Jeremy's in here. He says, "Wayne's World." What's up, Jeremy? You should have gone to PNB. I know you have responsibilities to protect the citizens of America from all kinds of horrible things, and 2 children that probably tried to kill you. So, yeah, not jealous of your situation there, but I am, because you're an awesome dude. And you did some ACE recently, so I'm excited about that. Anybody else do some ACE recently? All right. Should we do it? Should we just bring Kevin in now? Jeremy says he's working on the buggy now. Love it. Love to hear it. AJ says came for Ryan, stayed for Kevin. Oh my goodness. I know that there's a way that I can highlight these comments and put them on the thing here. Let's get Kevin in here, and hopefully he can give me the 411 on how to run this whole operation here. So, Kevin, ready or not, here we come. I'm adding you to the stage, buddy. Ladies and
So
gentlemen, Kevin Abbott in the flesh at
yep,
the office. Are you at the office right now?
I am. I am. This is my house.
Your second house. I'm sure that your kids and your wife love that. More importantly, your dog. Your poor dog, man. Come on.
I know. Well, she's a lot to handle. So the little bit that I'm home, that's for her. That she's got more energy than I had ever in my life. So
She was very excited when we came home from P&B. Loved it.
yes,
Nick Henderson says, "What's up, man?" Nick, what's up? Nick, you know I love you. We shared the rise and fall of our Chili Bowl efforts, and then you officially went the other way. I know that you and Kevin run the same car, but I thought we were gonna run the same car, man. Come on. We were supposed to steal Ryan Ralph's car together, and now we can't do that. That's sad. Come on, you have to admit that's kind of sad.
that's
Uh,
so awesome that you guys got to hang out with Ryan and whatnot. He's so underrated and underappreciated. I think by a lot of people. That guy's a beast.
Ryan Ralph, if you're watching, I kind of have to put you on blast for just a time. You're wonderful. You're awesome. You helped me more than I would ever expect. All of my success that I had was definitely because of him. But my guy, please get a full size pit table or it's going to kill me. You had a whole racing effort, the fastest man in the building, and you had a mini pit table. That's not it, dude. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is this the minor leagues? Yeah, so enough. I know this was titled 8 scale. Sorry, we're hijacking it with 10 scale level things. It was bound to happen. But Kevin, we're talking about some 8 scale stuff. We're gonna get Mason in here in a minute. Tell us about maybe some of the stuff that you've been thinking about, some of the stuff that you've been seeing in the 8 scale world as far as Exalt and what maybe some of the things that you are hoping to accomplish.
I mean, so obviously, you and I kind of got together and we kind of chatted and scheduled this P&B trip. And originally, I was planning on hitting Silver State, but some conflicting events popped up. So um, it's, I'm a firm believer you get out of it what you put into it. So we have arguably one of the best drivers as our top guy, Mason. And with the addition of Seth and Fee this year, I just want to make sure that we are, as a company, giving them the adequate product to do what they need to do. So unfortunately, to try to juggle it all and go to 8 scale, 10 scale, oval, all the genres of racing, it's so hard to do it. So this year, I'm trying to focus on a lot of 8 scale to make sure that our product is up to snuff with what the guys want and what they want to change. So realistically, I mean, I think we have a great platform. We're working heavily on an 8 scale ESC, and we've got a couple things in the works. So, I mean, realistically, it's just getting with the guys, being there to support them, and obviously growing our experience in the 8 scale market with being at some of the events. Like I said, I mean, obviously P&B is not necessarily local for us. It was quite a drive, as you know, but it is an East Coast event, so that one, it's got to be one of the top 5 to go to. So it was something that, like I said, you and I got to chat with, and we got to bring some people with us. So
It was great,
but
man. I think it's really important um, at those bigger events, regardless of where they are. I think that if you are a brand and you exist in the racing space, you kind of have to be there in some extent. At minimum, if you're going to sponsor the event, I think it makes even more sense that you or your team has a strong presence at that
sure,
event. And obviously, it's a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a challenge, but it's harder perhaps for you to fully express Team Exalt at an 8 scale event because Nitro, right? So you
sure.
have a pretty strong start in the electric world because obviously you're bringing not just starting from scratch. We had the whole previous company that we were running with for years and years, and now we're moving into the Exalt brand. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like not starting from scratch, but you're kind of refining what you knew. It's like, okay, we're picking up right
Absolutely.
where we left off, and now we're moving into this. And so I'll be curious when Mason comes in here in a minute. If you guys are just jumping in, Mason, he is going to be on the show. He's looking at his phone, texting who knows who. We're going to just, he's going to give us his undivided, beautiful attention. Patrick Rossiter is watching. Attendance is key. He knows. He knows. Patrick
Yep.
knows. Come on. He's definitely plugged into the real deal, the whole system here.
Oh,
Oh wait,
Patrick is a book of knowledge when it comes to RC. He really is.
yeah, Patrick. I know that P&B was a challenge for you when arguably we're about the same speed. Like I could win one day, you could win the next day. Like we've been that way for years, and it pained me because I know you're working and it's different. But the fact that you didn't make the main and I did, I was really sad. I was like, "What? Come on!" I know that Lance is, you're plugged into his system, but come on, just push him to the side for a second. Like, who needs Lance? We need to race. This is all that matters. No, it doesn't. You have to work. I understand. But I was sad. Hopefully you did okay. Hopefully you weren't sick or doing anything because I know that you had some issues there. Patrick says, translation, I have no life. Dude, I'm feeling it. Dude, you were there and then you were at the 10 scale race the next weekend. I couldn't. I'd be dead. I would be a dead man. So kudos to you for all your hard work. Thank you. I think that you guys and the whole elite RC crew are making a big difference in RC right now. Okay, did I miss anything in chat? I think Mr. Hunter King will be at Silver State. Hunter King, who is that guy? He's slow. Get him out of here. Kevin, kick him off the team. Just kick him off. Your e-buggy's in timeout. Oh no. Oh no. You should have
That's what
raced
I
your
was
truck.
laughing at. I love it.
You should have raced your truck, man. We know this. I had an epic time in truck. We have an epic time in truck. It could have been me and you, man. 1 and 2 in truck. We could have done it together. Okay,
I mean,
that's
dude,
enough
I
rambling.
mean, Ryan, think of that. You just said it though. You made all 3 A mains. That's pretty darn impressive for your first B&B.
I'm a big deal. Just whatever Mason's deal is, you just give it to me now. Just kick Mason off the team. Who is this guy? We don't even need him on here anymore. I made all the intermediate mains. I mean, come on. That's all that matters. Okay. Mason's gonna get in here. Hopefully you guys have some questions for him because he knows everything. That's basically it. Mason knows everything about RC. You can ask him anything. He's the source of life. Okay. Mason, I'm bringing you in, buddy. So ready or not, here we go.
Oh, look,
Oh,
he was trying to
yeah.
run away.
Mason Fuller, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Do you have a nickname? I know that Kevin has a nickname for your brother, and he's the only one that calls him that. But I was thinking about this before you came on. Do you have a formal the Iceman, right?
No. I don't have a nickname.
No, it is, right? Am I
Somebody nicknamed him Iceman years ago.
I
Yeah,
like
Keenan calls me that.
Oh, Keenan. Okay.
He came up with that. So I guess
I
Iceman.
mean, it fits well, dude.
I like it because you're ruthless. Well, so it's like I think when I think of Iceman, I can think of you and Dakota. You both have this very like expressionless, very like robotic approach when you're on the driver's stand, and I like it. I respect it. Talon, what's up, dude?
What's up, Talon?
Talon. I have a clip of him in my video that I've been editing from PNB, and it was hilarious because all I did
Dude,
was
I'll tell you guys honestly, like this is obviously work for me, but as a father, like these kind of like events that we just did P&B mean the world to my son, and that means the world to me. So like it's pretty cool stepping away from the racing figure and kind of bringing your son to some of these events. Like that's a lot of fun.
It is
different perspective. And I understand why Mike wrenches 24/7 and Caden doesn't touch a tool at all.
No, he can. He can start touching tools.
You guys were thrashing the entire time at P&B. Definitely the easiest thing to talk about because it just happened. You've done club racing since then, so you've kind of you're back in the grind, you're doing it. But do you remember overall how was P&B for yourself there, Mr. Fuller?
I mean, practice started off not very good. We were slow, I think.
Oh, really?
But and then qualifying, got a P3 in a round 1 e-buggy, which was good. Broke out of both of the nitro quals in the first round, so the weekend was kind of going horrible.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know what we were doing. And then round 2, got some solid like top 5s, I think. I don't know. I started like 5th in all the classes, I think, or something like that.
So help me understand the mental side that a professional has when you go to this race. I was just watching a clip. For those of you golf fans, anyone in chat plays golf. The Masters just happened, so I was watching a lot of clips from the Masters. And there was an old clip that surfaced. I don't think it related to the Masters exactly, but Tiger Woods, one of the greatest to ever play the game. He had this interview. I forget the guy's name. Doesn't matter. And the guy was asking him about his expectations. It was one of like his first majors ever. And Tiger had already proved himself to be he's the guy to beat, even at a super young age. And the guy asked him candidly what his expectations were going into this professional Masters, tour level event. And without hesitation, he was like, well, I'm going to win. Or he's like, or I'd like to, I really think it's possible for me to win. And the guy was like totally shocked. Like, what? You haven't even competed in a professional level. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
And if I'm not here to win, then what am I doing here? And like the guy was kind of speechless for a second. He said something that's kind of rude, but I was like, man, that's true though. Like if you have that amount of talent and you've proven it, then I'm guessing you go to these events and be like, I'm going to win. And so I was curious, like, how do you approach this when you come to events like this and you're racing the best in the world, week after week, month after month? Like, do you even think about it?
I mean, e-buggy, I definitely think I could win any race I go to since I've done it so many times. Or not so many times, but I don't know. I've gotten like 5 wins, I think. 6 wins in e-buggy.
Okay.
Over the years. Nitro buggy, I mean, I still haven't won yet. But I think I can. Every event I go to. Even though I haven't yet. I mean, I was like 6 seconds away at DNC I don't know what I was at this one. 6 seconds again, maybe something like that. So I definitely think I can. I just got to put it all together and not have mistakes, have everything go good.
So I know that in this game that we play, equipment can be very different because I know that manufacturers can go in certain directions with their development and how they want to be faster than their opponents. So that always is going to play a factor. You guys are really smart. You can figure the cars out. You can make them work at different tracks. Um, but all things being equal, let's just say that for what it is. Like you find the most neutral event that you could think of where you're not really concerned with the differences in a car's approach. And it really just boils down to your prep, your focus on the driver's stand, your ability to bring it home. Do you give yourself mental cues to like find that edge on your opponents?
I mean, to be honest, all I'm thinking about is not wrecking. I told
Really?
you this so many times at PNB.
Yeah, but I was
Like,
like, I'm a squid, so I was like, of course you're gonna tell me not to crash because it's like I'm
yeah,
an op.
but I mean, it's the same for the pros too.
Yeah.
Like, if I can run no wrecks, just run consistent laps, almost all the time, I'm in like top 5 for sure. If I can
So
do that, which I can do that, I just gotta, I don't know, not make dumb mistakes.
okay. Is there anything on practice days or club days that you try to kind of bridge the gap or give yourself an advantage or find a new piece to the puzzle that can give you a slightly more advantageous racing program? Like, do you ever play with stuff like that? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll test, like set up engines, all that at home. I mean, we had like a big club race last weekend, so I didn't really do much then. I
It
mean, I
looked
could have, but I didn't. Huh?
it looked pretty sweaty. Who Jared was there and Brandon
It
was there?
was Wiggins, Jones, B Rose, Joey Borden. Yeah, there was a
Gee,
lot of guys there.
that's like 30% of the guys that are at all the other races.
Yeah,
It's like the sweatiest club race ever.
yeah, it was
He
definitely
said that's a
stacked.
good class.
Um, so in the electric stuff, you feel really confident. In the nitro stuff, you feel like, maybe, maybe not. Uh, is there anything that you can do to try and make yourself kind of have the confidence that you have in electric in nitro? Or is it just a matter of result?
I mean, I think it's kind of just matters of. I honestly, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with my e-buggy all the time. Maybe it's because I grew up racing only electric for like the first 10 years of racing.
You did. You raced a lot of 10 scale.
Yeah, 10 scale.
So okay. I don't think I drove your e-buggy. I drove your nitro car. So I'm curious. Let's talk about the e-buggy for a second and why you're so confident with it. It was funny. Our fellow Exalt team member, Mr. Go, Kyle Go, there was a clip that Kevin posted of him absolutely just like motoring somebody down the straightaway. I
Yeah.
saw that clip. Kevin showed me that in the pits, like during the event, and I was like, "That's stupid. That's so much horsepower. It's useless. You're just gonna burn tire, and it's gonna create an inconsistent car." I'm not trying to drag Kyle. I'm just like thinking to myself because, like in my radio, if you look at my throttle EAPA, it's down. I think it's no higher than 85%. And then in my ESC, I've done everything I can to soften it and make it even more mellow. So it's interesting knowing that we have the same horsepower source in e-buggy. What do you do with your e-buggy? Do you have all the power on tap, or do you soften it up a little bit and try to find some consistency?
I mean, for me, most people probably wouldn't believe it, but I just run the stock setup. Whatever it comes with, it's what I run. Just take out the voltage cutoff
Yeah.
on all of the ECUs that I've ran, anyways. And then, I mean, I turn my dual rate down, obviously, if I need to. But like PNB, I don't think I turned it down at all. But that's a
No.
huge track, so
Yeah, it was pretty big. If there was a
Yeah,
track
so
you could
that's
get
a
away
good
with
place
it,
track.
it was there. Kyle, he says, "Oh boy, Kyle, I love you. I'm not trying to drag you. I'm just thinking to myself, this car is so explosive and has so much power. I can't even think about using all of it
yeah.
right now."
My car was not near as fast as his. I don't know what he was doing, but
Is he
His
cycling
car was
batteries
ridiculous.
over there? Is he a stock racer for life and he's trying to get like 0.7 IR on his 4S battery? Like, what are we doing over here?
I don't think so. But the funny thing is I always tell our battery vendor all the time, like, dude, can we get the 4S IRs in the 2S? Because you can not even hitting them hard. You can get them 0.7, 0.8 all day long.
That's crazy. E-buggies are so fast. Okay, Mason, what motor do you use? The 2050?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw some people talking about how they use the 2350, right? You have a 2350, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
use
for
it in
e-triggy mostly though.
some guy was using it in e-buggy, and then he was asking me about how to gear it, and I was like, "Well, I don't want to tell you you bought the wrong motor, but my God, that thing is going to be so fast. I don't even understand how you're going to drive it."
Yeah, you
I think
definitely
Patrick Rosser did that one time too. I think he did it just for fun. He might be able to comment on there and say correct me, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay, all right. So, okay, e-buggy, we're dialed, we're locked in, we're vibing. Oh, Hunter King popped in. He says, "What's popping?" Not you, Hunter, because you weren't a P&B. You're lame. Go away. No, I love you, Hunter. I hope that you stick around and keep the chat lively.
Wish
So
Hunter would have made it.
I know he's lame. He's like working or something and being an adult. That's stupid. Who does that? Nobody needs to do that. Okay, so rewinding a little bit, I saw a lot of 10 scale racing from the Fullers back in the day. We've transitioned now. We are young men. We are racing big boy cars. How's that transition gone? Because as far as I know, you don't do a whole lot of 10 scale anymore.
Yeah, I don't really do any.
Really? Is it just
I
because
mean,
the contract obligation with like your current chassis, or like how can you talk at all about that?
well, I mean, S-Works is definitely a bigger 8-scope company,
True.
but they do have 10-scope cars. I mean, I ran a little bit here and there with Tom at Iowa Speedway. I might do the Carpet Nationals, that 10 scale.
That'd
We'll
be really
see.
cool. I mean, that's probably the sweatiest 10 scale race that I could think of.
Yeah, but it's only 2 hours from my house, so
Wait, what? Oh, Carpet Nationals.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were
Oh, the
about
Florida Carpet Champs is what you're
Carpet
talking
Champs.
about.
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah,
about Carpet?
that one is a little warm. Unfortunately.
It's fine. He plays football. He's a professional athlete. He can handle it.
What? I play football? What?
Yeah. Or you
I don't
did.
play football.
Oh, your brother did.
Yeah, he did.
He does. So, okay. Talking about 10 scale, do you, if you're not allowed to talk about it, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you miss it? Do you like this transition to 8 scale? It seems like everybody in the industry is kind of leaning towards 10 scale isn't as fun, so they're doing a lot of 8 scale. Do you talk about that with people at the track? Like this whole 10 scale versus 8 scale thing, like why are we so 8 scale focused right now?
I mean, for me, it's because we don't have a carpet track or a 10-scale track anymore.
Okay.
We did up until COVID, which we ran the track pretty much with another
I
guy
say
that
that
we
was the
know.
compound, right?
Yeah, the RC compound.
But
then
you travel to do your races, so if you did race 10 scale, you could, because you would just go to the 10 like INS or whatever, but maybe it would just be too much travel or conflict with your 8 scale stuff.
I mean, yeah, at like this point, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to do both. Dakota kind of does it. He's like the only one. Dakota and Spencer, I guess.
But
They
then you
kind
see
of do 10
somebody
scale.
like Mayfield, where I don't think he's done a lot of 10 scale recently, that I can recall. I think he popped in a couple races. I don't even know if he did any last year that I can remember.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
No,
I mean, I probably could, but it'd take a lot of work to kind of get up
Support.
to speed.
Hunter just
Well, I
says,
mean, and Mason, do
"Go
you
Randall."
think that Mayfield taking the transition away from 10 scale and focusing on 8 scale, has that made you guys up your game and focus solely on 8 scale? Because like you
I
said, I
think,
mean, there's only a couple. Spencer and Dakota really are only double dippers for the most part.
I mean, I think everyone's up their game in both classes since I don't know, every year I think it gets higher and higher on both scales. So it's getting harder and harder to do both at a winning pace.
At a winning pick, because I was going to say, I think I remember Ritterneck doing a little bit of 8 scale, and it was probably
Yeah.
a while ago. Like I think it was when he was still with X-Ray, and I know he's a very capable driver. Like he can mix it up and chop it up with the best of them at all these carpet races, some of the dirt races, and then you see him, try to jump in and get an 8 scale program going, and it was like, oh, okay, we got a little bit of work to do. Not saying he's not capable, but it would definitely require some work, some grind. I know he probably, I don't know, the Schumacher guys. I don't think any of us know. Do they all like have a standardized, like they run X platform for 8 scale? I don't even know.
I don't know if any of them run 8 scale.
Oh, really? Do they? Oh, cause
I
no,
don't know.
I've seen Orlowski do it in the past, but I don't remember what he had.
Yeah, Orlowski did, I guess. I don't know what he ran.
Yeah, I don't know. But so you're with the TLR program. Now we've transitioned. Was there something between S-Works and TLR, or you just went from TLR to S-Works?
HB.
Oh, HB. That's right. That's right. And
Yeah,
you,
we all know how that went.
yeah. And then you're. How long have you been with S-Works?
2024 was the first year. Last year was the first year.
Oh, that was your first year.
Yeah,
it's
he
pretty
kicked off
recent.
really good with S-Works, honestly.
Yeah, I tell you, you got the program rolling pretty good.
Yeah, we try.
Most of the Schumacher guys are going techno.
Techno.
Austin Cracknell, Colton Cruz, etc. Nice. Sorry to check up with chat here real quick. Will Crow says, "How do I highlight a thing? Do I just do this?"
I think
really?
yeah, you just click on it.
Will Crow says, "I know up here in South Carolina there aren't many places to run 10 scale." Yeah, I think it's hard not to go down a deep, dark rabbit hole of the spirituality of 10 scale, however you want to say it. I know there's a lot of people out there still want to run it. I think that the challenge is the track that you need is either a carpet track. Okay, so then it's got to be most likely indoors, so that could be expensive. And then if you have a dirt track, it basically needs to be like some type of sealed dirt surface. And if it's not, the cars, you can drive them around, but they're probably not going to be as good as they could be, right? And when it's high grip and grippy and you're running slicks and everything's rolling, it works really well. I think that's the beauty of 8 scale is that it's a little bit more feasible, maybe for track owners, that they can kind of let the track deteriorate a little bit, and that's okay. It's a part of it. And then I kind of look at it because I do a little bit of moto, and I say, dude, I get to run on a rough track today. It's kind of fun. It's going to really boil down to driver talent. Mason, I'm curious. Do you enjoy running on a little bit more of like a loose, blown out track, or is it a little bit challenging and not really your jam?
I mean, I like both, but Redavon was my favorite track I've ever driven on. So, I mean, that was like the smoothest I've ever seen.
Worlds?
Yeah, Worlds.
That's tragic. I'm sorry.
But I mean, I also like DNC, Silver State type tracks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like both styles.
It's different.
But like Redavon, it's pretty much only about setup.
Yeah.
And then Silver State or DNC, it's a lot more driver. So,
yeah,
I mean,
you saw like Mayfield, he really struggled at the Worlds for what we expect. Somebody who's won so many of these events here, the race time events here in the United States. And then he goes out there and he's like struggling. I don't think he made the main. I think he tapped out in the B sort, I think.
He was in the semis, yeah.
Yeah. And it was just kind of like, huh, that's crazy because he should at least be somewhere like back, mid, or the front of the A group. And I think that it's interesting when the track gets rough and blown out, he kind of drives it in like an old faithful sense. He runs the standard tires he always runs, and he just kind of gets set up locked in and he just drives. And that to me, that's my favorite is when I don't have to worry about setup as much and I can just be like, it's close enough. The diffs are sort of fresh. The shocks are decent. Let's just put fresh tires on and then sort this thing out on the driver's stand. I kind of like that. I don't know. But you don't like that?
No, I do. That's why I kind of don't like 10 scale too.
Oh,
that's kind of how 10 scale is.
What do you mean?
I feel like
how it is.
It's just more about setup, and the car has to be perfect. Tires. Got it. I don't know. I'm kind of out of the game on it now, but
yeah, dude,
it's just how it seems to me.
You're old news. You haven't even done it recently. Like, who is this guy?
Kevin, so hey Ryan, so we always go ahead.
No, I was saying, do you have an opinion on this debacle, this debate?
Well, no, I was joking around, and I was going to say that we've got some friends that recently got into 8 scale. I mean, and how often would you say your 8 scale platform stays nice and clean like you would typically think a 10 scale would?
I mean, on race day, never. But except for now, because I've been working on stuff not RC related since I got back. But um, these things usually stay completely like mint fresh on my shelf, like after a race weekend. Because in Florida, I don't know if this is true to where you race, Mason, but down here, pretty much everything has calcium and like a bunch of corrosive stuff in the dirt. And if you leave that stuff on your car, it becomes like a rust bucket in a matter of days or a day. It can be pretty brutal. So in Florida, it's important to clean them off. And it was funny because our boy Jason Venezia, he that dirt is not what he's gonna see down here in Florida. Oh my goodness, he is in for it.
I mean, hey, Mason, you saw. I mean, I think he used his brush more than he used his 2.0.
No, but Ryan's about the same way though.
What?
I mean, I didn't blow my car off one time. I just brushed it off a little bit the whole weekend.
That's true. It was paining me to not have my car like completely clean before each run because I normally try to do that. But
Yeah.
Hunter says cars stay dirty until it's time to Hunter, no. The amount of time you will put on one wing, it hurts me. Like his wings will look like the shape of an upside down C. Like he will run those things until they fall apart. Like, no, come on.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, we can't do that.
For sure.
Hunter, come on, man. I gotta drag you a little bit. You can't. You gotta freshen it up, especially if we're on the same team. Come on, gotta represent. Okay. Oh, Jeremy says clean cars are a must. I know. Yeah, Jeremy, me and Jeremy were on the same page. Same page. Dalton, what does he say? Can't be as bad as Jeremy cleaning his car. No, he loves to keep his car clean. I love to keep my car clean. Mason makes fun of me for keeping my car clean, but he's faster than me, so maybe I got something to learn. Okay, so
well, he's focused on winning.
No, I mean I keep it kind of clean. It's not Ryan Harris clean.
It could be cleaner, like not to the point where you're taking.
It could be, yeah.
And putting SC1 all over your drivetrain, which I've learned. Who was telling me that? I think it was Jared. It was at the Buggyland race. I had my car prepped for the main at Buggyland, and I took it over, and I was like, "Hey, did we change anything with setup?" Because for those of you who don't know, if you somehow don't, Jared Wiggins, we both run techno cars together, and that was my first time being around anyone with the techno team. So I was asking him. Anyways, doesn't matter. And he was like, "Your car's really clean." And he seemed concerned. I was like, "Oh, are you just gonna make fun of me because I like a clean car?" And he was like, "Well, no, there's actually a mechanical component here that I'm concerned about." I was like, What? He's like, "Yeah, if you take and you clean your whole driveline and you get like some sort of like SC1 or WD-40 on it and it becomes slick again, you lose all the mechanical bind that you had before you did that." And I was like, "What?" So he's like, "Yeah, when you go out and you do your hot laps for your main, that car's suspension is going to be so reactive and it's going to flip and traction roll everywhere because you have no bind in your driveline." And I was like, "No, that's crazy." And then sure enough, I went out there and the car was like flipping all over the place because it had no mechanical bind. So at P&B, I didn't do that. And I took it over to him and I showed him. I was like, "Hey, look, my car's dirty before my main." He was like, "Good job." Okay. AJ, what are you saying? AJ Zale says, "We get it. You're retiring, but still racing. Isn't 3 years saying that?" What? Zale, what are you saying? I don't even understand what you're saying. Kevin, if you see any questions here from chat that you want to see, and guys, if you have a question for Mason while he's here, please ask.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking through right now. But click on the little comment tab over here to the right.
Oh.
Sorry, guys, technical difficulties here. We're all trying to run this live stream together. Hopefully you're enjoying it. The Exalt Power Hour with Mr. Mason Fuller and myself. Why didn't we get Caden in here? He should just be in this with us.
Caden's at a track meet.
Oh, what a lame-o. Doing stuff in the real world. Come on now. Come on.
I just saw a video clip of him racing, man. He is really fast. God.
Yeah, he's definitely getting fast.
If you guys had the same car, Like everything was same, and you just had to run like one-on-ones. Out of a best of 5, who wins?
You're saying RC car?
Yeah. Yeah, not RC
I
cars.
mean, we have the same car pretty much every race
I understand.
already.
I'm trying to eliminate all excuses, only driver, what happens if you had to predict it?
Well,
Mason.
whatever happens at every race, that's what would happen. We have the same car. The only difference is my dad rebuilds Cadence, I rebuild mine.
So what are you saying? You saying your
Like
dad?
we build them the same. We talk about it, everything. So we have the same like car at every race. So
Okay.
the results that happen, that's what would happen.
Okay. All right. Well, then
That's
you should rebuild your brother's car then. Make him faster. Come on. What are you saying? I don't even understand what you're saying.
I mean, I would say my dad honestly builds better cars than me. So
It's true. Your cars are a little crunchy. They're a little crunchy for me. I think
I don't know about that.
there's some improvement there. Come on. Some
Dude,
improvement.
Mike has got to go down as one of the hardest working fathers in the pits for sure.
Seriously,
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
guys were there at P&B, or if you see him at any other race time event, and all 3 of those wonderful gentlemen are there, Mike did not stop working on your guys' cars, mounting tires, doing something like the grind that man was doing for you guys. Oh my goodness, like that was something
Yeah,
to
no,
see.
it's.
Even at dinner, he was thinking about working on the cars.
I mean, to be fair, like there's been so many times where like I didn't go to a team dinner or something, or like with the boys in the middle of a race weekend, because I was like, I really am not happy with like my shocks, or like I need to rebuild my diffs. Like there's a couple things I wanted to try, and it's like that's probably going to take up at least an hour of my time. And so it's like when you're at a race weekend, like you're there to race and you're there to make that effort the best. We want to hang out, we want to have a good time, but I think that when you're trying to put in your best efforts, like you have to prioritize racing. Um, like even Mason, he wouldn't hang out with me. I asked him like,
Well, dude, I mean, at P&B we were just too busy.
I know,
Like we didn't go out to dinner one time.
I know. It was tragic. You'd think that we would have
They
had
did one time.
Well, before the race.
Yeah.
Okay. The chat's comments are rolling in. We got one from Billy here. Let me read real quick. Okay, I'm putting it up here. So this one's from Billy. It's from Mason. It says, how well are the 8 scale motors holding up as far as rotors and bearings? Our local tracks are very loose and dusty. With my experience with 8 scale, it's about every other race on bearings with other motors. Interesting. I've never really had that much issue in
Wow.
general, but I'm curious there, Mason. What has been your experience with the longevity of your Exalt motors?
I mean, yeah, I had like no issues. I've been running this stuff. I probably ran a motor for a year straight, not taking it apart or anything. Same bearings, everything. I mean, I had no issues at all with it.
Kevin, have you seen anything as far as warranties and stuff coming through? Are you guys going through anything crazy with the motors here?
No, but I'm glad that I actually got brought up because at P&B, I took a motor back from Seth and I kept it. And I told AJ, I said, don't touch this, don't do anything with this. Because if we did a video like this, I did want to take it apart and show people, because with the open can design, a lot of people are concerned about remnants, debris, anything getting inside the motor and affecting the performance. And that obviously is a legitimate concern, but we haven't seen any issues or anything with that. I mean, obviously, you go pouring water on it, there's going to get water in it. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say that it's going, it's designed perfectly so you get no debris in it. But from a racing perspective, unless you're just completely misusing the product, we haven't seen any issues at all. And like I said, I'll run and go grab Seth's motor, and I want to take the back plate apart and show the people that he's been running this motor a lot, since he's been with Exalt, and there's no debris or anything like that. Just a little bit of maybe dust from the the grease in the bearings, just expelling out normal wear. But other than that, I mean, no, we haven't had any issues at all for the most part. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I forgot that your can is different than some of the other more popular options out there, like maybe Hobbywing or something like that, where it's a completely like enclosed or mostly enclosed. I don't know if it's completely, but yeah, that might seem at face value perhaps a little bit more reliable, or it could be an issue if it's open. But I've run yours down here in Florida, and we have some pretty dusty, sandy tracks that can be pretty brutal. Like when that stuff gets in your bearings and driveline, it can
Sure.
tear up some stuff pretty fast. But I've never had any issue with the Exalt motor I mean, maybe I'm not bashing it as hard as some other people, no offense to anybody out there. But the little bit of abuse that they've seen, I haven't had any issues. Like it's pretty much that motor gets changed like when you come out with a new one and it's just time to put the different, more updated version in. But I've run those for over, long, long, long time and haven't had any issues. And it's funny, Patrick, his his comment for Billy, Billy, if you don't smell epoxy, send it. It's fine. I don't know if that's completely um, it, Kevin's policy here, but it's true, dude. I have seen some crazy stuff where like motors like smoked, like literally smoked, smelled awful, and still ran. Like I don't know. They sometimes they seem pretty durable. I don't know. Have you seen anything crazy like that, Kevin?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, obviously, you go to any race time entertainment event. I mean, typically this year alone, PNB was pretty tame. I mean, minus the wall ride, but the year 2 years ago, they had that big send it jump that you were shooting the car straight up. You saw a lot of catastrophes off of that jump, ESC and motor, but you know, nothing amazes me with the electric stuff. I mean, all the manufacturers, not just us, are working harder to develop more durable, faster products. And I mean, it's no secret that electric has more power, initial power than nitro. Not knocking it or anything, but I mean, but the durability of these products now are way better than they used to be. So I don't think you're going to see much. And to be quite honest with you, when you see an issue like you said where they're smoking and stuff, I've seen they did a local race where they ran for like I think it was like 2 hours or something like that. Not e-buggy, just electric. And there were guys out there and they're just like, hey man, if we blow it, we blow it. And nobody had any issues. 5 years ago, that would have been a huge problem,
Hmm.
So it's just like everything else in the world. Things are just getting better and better and better. So,
Um, Mason, I'm curious. This is something that I struggle with because we're kind of
I'm going to go
talking
grab the
about
motor real quick too.
the nitro versus electric thing. Uh, I've been primarily running nitro this year in like my regional events, the FRCC deals with Lance and the whole Florida crew.
Mhm.
And I haven't run e-buggy in a minute. So it's kind of I was pretty rusty. So when I threw it down for practice and I was doing the e-buggy, I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like I forgot how fast they are, like in
Hmm.
comparison, just like the instant power delivery. I know you're probably more in the rhythm of doing it regularly, so it's probably not as much of a shock. But do you have any sort of like mental notes to yourself when you're going up for your e-buggy main versus a nitro main and the driving characteristics, if there are any differences? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, the e-buggy mains are always just chaos,
Okay.
typically. So, I mean, if you wreck an e-buggy, you're honestly kind of done,
It's done. It's over.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But nitro, I mean, it's kind of more like a calculated get through the first 5 minutes, first pit stop, I guess. I
But
don't
it,
know, and just
but
try
as
and
far
keep
as
pace
like
at the front.
the driving characteristics, like I had to, it was so different for me and I wasn't practiced enough with it that I had to go up for my e-buggy and I had to tell myself like, okay, just calm down, be smooth, because I've been pretty confident in like a rip it and grip it with my nitro stuff, and I've
Yeah.
been feeling it, so I can be a little bit more aggressive with it. And then I tried to drive my e-buggy similarly, and I was like, okay, I can't do that, so I got to calm down. Do you have like a kind of like a baseline difference between the two cars, or do you pretty much drive them the same?
I mean, I kind of just probably get used to it. within the first lap. It's definitely more power,
Hmm.
but I mean, I kind of just get used to it, I guess, and don't use all the power or use it when you need it, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of adapt. But for most guys, I mean, I'm sure turning the cars down, the e-buggies down would help.
Okay. So I don't know how many beginners we have watching this, but if you had to have this discussion with somebody that isn't a professional like yourself and they're just getting rolling in the 8 scale world, do you tell them to get an e-buggy or a nitro car?
I mean, if you're a beginner to RC, for sure e-buggy.
Okay. Okay.
Nitro, I would definitely not get a nitro.
It's a lot of work.
And
Do
you
you
don't need your e-buggy at 100% for sure.
are they gonna learn good habits or bad habits with the e-buggy as far as driving style? Or do you think it doesn't really matter?
I would say it's the same.
Okay.
I mean, I would say nitro is easier just with the power delivery.
Really? Even with like the clutch application? Like, do you think that that's a
Oh,
like a
like for working on it for sure, nitro's harder, but
no, no,
just
no, no.
driving,
Just driving on the track? You think it's easier for somebody to drive a nitro car?
I would say so.
Because
Well, what do you think?
power delivery alone, sure. The thing, so I'm gonna drag my boy Dalton because he's my boy and he knows I love him. But my goodness, watching and listening to him drive a nitro car because this was his first year driving one. He bought my old AE car and he was driving it, and he had a Drake engine in there. It was an AD2, and it was tuned beautifully. It ran flawlessly for myself. Had a great amount of power, and then I watched him drive it, and, like, on the same day, and he was like, "It's just really slow, and it doesn't wanna accelerate." And I'm listening to him to go around the track, and I was like, "Well, you're not clearing it out ever. You're just,
Mhm.
like, putzing it around, like, doing, like, electric throttle stuff, and you're never in the power band, like, keeping the everything cleared out and running." So that part of me Ryan set me Ryan set me up for failure. No, I didn't. I gave you a beautiful car that finished the first 3 mains, your nitro mains that you ever ran. That's unheard of for somebody just getting into nitro. I set you up for success, and I'm just talking about how hard it was for you to drive a nitro car. That's all I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying, Mason, or does it not really, resonate with you the same?
I mean, I do. I guess I'm just kind of too used to it probably to give you a good answer on that.
Well, you naturally know how to get the car cleared out and running properly going
Right.
around the track.
So for me, I mean, I would say nitro's easier, but maybe for someone that's running electric,
Yeah, somebody that's terrible like Dalton, he's just
Well,
awful.
I think Dalton's problem is, and it's not a problem, is he's coming from electric. So if you're just getting into it, you don't really know the difference of electric versus nitro. So I don't think that's even a factor to be kind of considered.
I know.
yeah.
Mason's just a professional. We just need to be a professional like Mason. We just need to tap in to all of his natural raw talent. He can give me some of it, and then I'll know how to drive. But I think that that's the biggest hang up for people with 8 scale nitro is the clutch. It's just different. The power delivery, it's just different. It's not instant.
Yeah, it's definitely different
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, Fee popped in, said Iceman. See, he called you Iceman.
What's up,
That's
John?
his. I mean, that's his nickname. That's what I know him as. I mean, dude, you have Juan Carlos Canas. I always hate saying his name because I'm afraid I'm saying it wrong, but he battled you so hard at e-buggy when Mayfield had that mishap on the start of the race. And I can honestly say, besides when I was working with Dakota, you were the second person I've never really been nervous about. The only spot, and what Ryan touched on, was the whoop section because there was a big question mark. It didn't always come down to you focusing on not wrecking. You guys just sometimes just the luck of the track or a
Yeah.
divot or whatever would just ruin your talent, I guess, through that section. So besides that 10% of the track, the other 90%, you've evolved into a top level driver for sure. And that's where I think your name fits perfectly. You don't buckle under pressure.
I mean, I try not to. I do for sure, but I
I mean,
try
I've
not
sat
to.
down and had what's that?
No, I'm trying to pull up the, you guys keep
I mean, I've sat down, had long conversations with your father, and I think he is a huge testament because, like Ryan asked earlier, and it's not a knock on Caden by any means. If a betting man had to pick, he's going to pick Mason. But Caden is so I wouldn't say underappreciated, but he's so close to being there. He's just missing that next step that, I mean, I kind of think back at the days where, not to bring back old memories, but where you passed Mayfield, for the win. That kind of was like you're coming out, and I mean, look at you now, you've got Mayfield's respect, and that's a huge thing because Mayfield he's the GOAT. So you've got his respect, and I think that speaks volumes. So I mean, your brother's phenomenally talented, and I love watching you guys race. But I mean, obviously your dad's a huge part of it because it's not just one Fuller. You both are extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, he's close. If he put in some more work, I don't know, maybe got some more confidence. I don't know what he needs, but he's close.
I think he was trying to, dabble with sports in high school and RC, where you just put your head down and you just started grinding.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I pulled up this last couple minutes of the Pro E-Buggy. I don't know how this is going to go, but let's try and watch it because I really think it was just such an amazing display of not only driver talent, but courtesy between drivers that it's pretty rare. And then you were talking about how E-Buggy's a little bit more of a hack fest, or it can be. And to see this race go as well as it did, it was such a pleasure to watch.
Juan drove super clean.
Yeah. Let me see. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Okay. Let me see here. Share. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see this. I don't think that we're going to have audio just because of the way that I've had this set up, but we're jumping in. We got 1:46 left on the clock. Before we hit play on this clip here, what was going through your head? If you can remember.
Well, do you really want to know? Because it's
okay,
don't wreck. That's what it is.
Okay, big surprise, right?
I mean, because I don't know how big of a lead I had, but
okay, let's hit play here, and let's see. So that's JC3.
Oh, I just jumped a triple.
You're in front.
I mean, it's probably like a 3-second lead, I think.
How does he run you down then?
Well, remember off of this straightaway.
Did you wreck?
I think I did.
Oh,
wait, right there.
The rhythm. Okay.
No.
So you just wrecked in the rhythm. I remember because I was sitting in the stands, like back over that way. Did you flipped or you tumbled in the rhythm, right?
Yeah, something happened. I didn't wreck, but I landed on my wheels. I don't know.
Okay, so now the gap is closed. I don't know if you were keeping tabs on the race time. 1:25. You guys had a gap, but not all the gap in the world on third. The dynamic then changed? You went from managing a win to now, oh my God, I may have just thrown it away. So what happened at this moment?
Now I mean, you got like the best guy in the world behind you. So now it's just run tight lines and don't let him by, but still keep a good pace. Because Brandon was pretty close.
Yeah. Holy. So we're here. Oh yeah, and B Rose was there. I don't think. Yeah, you all used your Joker. Lee, I think, was the only one that didn't for some reason.
Yeah, we used it lap 2.
So okay, this is it. I think you're going to get 2 laps here. So do you go? Okay, I'm curious. I'm going to hit play. We'll let this play out. But I'm really curious. When I'm here, I'm like in race management mode. I can't bring myself to want to lay down heater laps because I'm too afraid that I'll just throw it away. So I kind of tend to be like, I'm going to go as fast as I can without wrecking. Do you approach it similar, or do you just be like, no, I got to go as fast as humanly possible? If I wreck, I wreck. Like, where are you at mentally?
I mean, if I have a second lead on him, like a little bit of gap, then I'm definitely just like not even really worried about him and just trying to run a clean lap without wrecking.
Okay.
But if he's right on me, I mean, he's gonna make a pass if I go wide on any corner. I mean, that's just how the pro class is.
Right. Right. So,
So, I mean, that's just trying to hold the inside lines if he's right on me.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, it looks like he might not be right on me.
I mean, he's there. You go
He's
wide
there. I don't
one
know.
time.
We'll see once it plays.
All right. Oh man.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of gap there.
So I'm curious because I did this race. Sorry guys in chat. I'm so curious about how he approached this. This jump was a little challenging for me. You're a professional, obviously, it probably didn't phase you, but
No, it
from the
was.
perspective of on the driver's stand, your car disappeared here for just a second. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I navigate back? Yeah, I can go back just a little bit. But if you got, I'll try and pause it. Right. So, like, every time I hit this, there,
Mm-hmm.
when the car disappeared, I was always like, oh, I hope I did it right. And then when it would come out and I'd see it again, I'd be like, oh, I did it. Did
No, I
you,
mean it was a kind of same for me. There
was
was a
there?
lot of mistakes made there.
Yeah, there was. This was a tough one. And the fast guys, the difference for them was you were able to jump, like charge into this face. Me, I had to hit a little bit of this downside so that I could see and know my car was
Yeah.
driving up into this face a little bit, but that's why you guys make the big bucks. All right, let's let this play out.
Like this gap, he can't make a pass
Like
really,
I
unless I make a mistake.
I'm curious, maybe it was just a difference in car, but this corner right here, like, it looked to me like you did not hit that corner fast at all. Like, you jumped into it, it, like, pushed off the apex, and you're just kind of, like, bringing it in. Like, me, I would jump in as far as I could into this and, like, pivot in the same motion. Was that, like, a mistake? I don't mean to put you on blast or anything, but, like, I
It
was like,
did. I mean, it kind of looked like I went slow through there.
it kinda
I'm a little bit wide, I guess.
I wanna watch it one more time. Like, it just
He
looked
definitely gained some time through there.
like, you go and it's like, you're not even at the apex. He was way see, when he did it, he, like,
He
ripped it.
went in more inside.
Sorry, I know it. Like, you're kinda and then he's like, "Yeah," tight with it,
I mean, maybe that's just because I was in the lead. I don't know. Didn't want to hit the pipe,
maybe. Okay, this
but
section right here, I'm really curious. Did you let me see how you hit this. When you're jumping into this, like, off camber, no, you're hitting it at an angle. Like, you kinda, like, jump towards it, and then where do
mhm.
you start accelerating right here? Is it, like, are you accelerating now, or are you waiting until, like, over here?
Probably like 3 feet more.
Like, here?
Right, definitely not accelerating now. Yeah, probably right there where your
Like,
mouse
right
is.
there? Okay, interesting.
But you only accelerate a little bit.
Right.
You didn't want to jump that too much.
Was it slick there? I mean, was there any
Okay.
fear like the car sliding down? I mean, I didn't race, so I don't know what the surface was like.
No, there was. I mean, maybe you got in the dust, but if you were in the groove, it was pretty grippy.
So, this section right here, for those that raced, it was like it was challenging. It was hard to go fast in this
Hmm.
section. Um, you went or I don't know what you're about to do, but I think that you're pretty much doing 4 in all day, or at least that was your
I think
usual.
we did 4 in, sometimes 3 in, but
At
4 in was the fastest line.
at any point, did you expect him to do something different in this section?
On the last lap, for sure. I thought he was gonna.
Just go for it?
I think he did.
I think
I don't
no, he
know.
didn't. So 4 in, 4 in. Oh, man, you almost threw it away. Oh my
Okay, now he's right on
oh
me.
my
Oh,
gosh. So he made contact with you twice.
yeah, but I went wide.
Well, no, but I'm still saying it's like he made contact with you. Does that change your mental state again? Or you're just like, it's racing, I'm just keeping going on? Like, are you rattled at this point, or were your nerves pretty good?
I mean, I would say they're good, but I know he's right on me now. So now I gotta hold real inside lines,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I'll definitely go slower this lap. Which
Go.
this will be the last lap, I think.
Yeah, 40 seconds. Probably this is going to be the last one. Oof. Oh, man. He is being so kind.
Mm-hmm.
They hit a little bit better line there. And that's
See,
B
that's
Rose.
yeah. Brandon's right there.
Oh, I didn't know that he had caught up this much.
So that's why Juan said he didn't
Oh,
like do
wow.
anything crazy.
Yeah. So for those that weren't there, that's Brandon Rose. That's 1, 2, 3. And that gap was definitely a lot bigger a lap ago. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that just kind of speaks to the fact that you are definitely in like a not
Slowing Juan up,
not
hitting tight lines.
yeah, you're defensive. You're not trying to
Yeah.
like lay down the heaters and light the world on fire. You're just trying to keep it, from blowing out.
But I also think that separates one of the, the pros Joe's comments, like being like in Juan's position, the Joes, they'd have gone for the win, not worried about what they'd lost, with B Rose close behind, where, the pros, they're thinking of the gains and the losses and when they make their decisions, in my opinion.
I mean, maybe if I wasn't Juan's buddy and like on the same team as him, he might have done something else. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think he likes me. I like him. I don't know. I don't think he want to do anything dumb. But he definitely could have in this situation.
So I know that like in the moment, this isn't Nitro. This is a electric class. So you could definitely hear the race announcer a lot more. Lance was calling this event. Sorry guys, I can't get the audio sorted out. I wasn't totally prepared for this, but uh, you're well aware he's been counting down the clock. You probably are doing the math in your head that this is it. Like this is going to
Yeah.
be the last lap. You're aware of that. So
Mhm.
going into this section, like I had mentioned, I was sitting in the stands right just off screen to the left here, and I was watching this section. And I was saying to the person I was watching it with, I was like, "Oh, Juan's gonna just go for the whole thing. There's no way he doesn't, right?" Like, I was like, "He has to. Like, this is it. This is for the win." And then
Mhm.
watching what happens, I was totally surprised.
Well, I think I make a mistake.
4-4,
Yeah, I make a mistake. He makes a mistake,
and then he doesn't tap you there, and he didn't
and
do some
then
crazy dive bomb there.
yeah, that's it.
I was like, "Wow,
If he
absolutely,
wouldn't have made that mistake, because I did, he would have probably passed me. But
yeah."
we kind of made the same mistake.
The fact that he just didn't go for it, I was genuinely surprised.
Mhm.
Like, I thought that he was gonna be because I did it at the end of my Nitro Buggy main because I was like in dead last and it was not gonna matter. I hit this as fast as I could and I made it to there. I almost cleared the whole thing because I like went wide on the corner before and I was like, oh yeah, let's just
Yeah.
see how far I go because it doesn't matter. So he could have made it like all the way down there and just hoped and
Mhm.
prayed for something, but it just shows the class that a professional like himself and yourself that you guys were able to do a much higher caliber of racing than us novices over here in the Harris racing efforts. But that was really cool to watch. It's fun to be a part of it and see such a cool outcome. Obviously I was rooting for you, but if Juan would have won, I know it would have happened cleanly and it would have been a good race.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool to watch.
For sure.
Really cool to watch. Let's see. Does this go back to? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I don't know if anybody else enjoyed that, but I thought it was really fun to kind of pick your brain going through one of the most intense finishes of the weekend. I'm sure that there was a lot of other good ones, but that was the one that definitely came to the forefront of our minds here with Mason watching with us. Did anybody have any comments on that?
Derek made a comment here.
Oh, put it up. What do we got? My first time seeing Mason drive in person. Dude is bad fast. He will be on top one day for sure. That's true. He's very
Well,
fast.
thank you.
Um,
Oh, we got to give Bobby Phillips a little camera credit here. He was the one on the camera in the whoop section.
oh yeah, that he did such a fantastic job. Oh, I wonder if. Oh, I don't know where it is. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Mason, you gotta. I just want to watch one more clip here. Where is it? It's real
Talent says
live.
Mason and Nitro Buggy A main. Yeah,
I jump a
all the
pit
pros
lane.
they go into there pretty hot.
Yeah, it
Dude, I
was
don't know
cute.
who it was. I forgot who it was. I think it was after a flame out. Somebody came came out of pit lane, and man, they just about nailed a turn marshal that I think was the one that actually marshaled him and ran him across the track. I was walking around the track taking pictures, and man, if I'd have got that on video, that would have been classic.
Mason, I want to get your thoughts here. I had posted a clip on social media. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. I'm waiting until it gets to the right time. It's close. It's close. It's from my Nitro Truck event, and I was so happy that I guess it was Bobby that got it, the on track camera work. He I remember doing this lap and thinking, oh my God, I'm kind of fast. And I was just so stoked on it. And I just want to see if you think that if I was maybe almost going fast. Because it's so wild watching you guys go around the track. It's like, how do you go that much faster? And I felt like I almost did it for 2 laps.
In the main of Truggy, you're saying?
Yeah, in the main.
Oh,
yeah.
you did. In the main, you were insane.
Was I kind of rolling a little bit? Let me share it here for a second.
At least the last half. Yeah, like right here, you were rolling.
Yeah, so this is me. Shout out to my boy, Jimmy Fishback. He was on the headset, and bless his heart, the whole time he was just saying, like, it's okay, Ryan, you can take a P3 here. Just be smooth. Let's hit our marks. Let's bring it home. And like, he was definitely giving me the right advice. But in my head, I was like, dude.
No, we were all up in the stands when you get P2.
So I was like, no, that guy's there. I see him. I'm rolling. My truck hasn't fallen apart. I am going to go for this or break this thing. Like, that was my mentality. So it was like everything in me to go this fast. And I just thought it was really fun to kind of go this fast for a minute. But it was so cool because they got this trackside clip of me when I was doing it. Nice, smooth little whip. Just watch how fast I hit this. Oh, yeah. Dude, come on. I was kind of sick with it for a minute. Then not so sick there. I couldn't triple in truck. It's kind of sad. But to watch, dude, that, and then watch this. Dude.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like I never
maybe in the middle of that, you could have done a little bit better, but on some of those, I don't know how you can go any faster.
This corner right here.
Yeah, that was like perfect.
I was like accelerating here, and I just like ripped it full speed all the way up to the face. And when I saw my truck do that, I was like, oh, that was so sick. And then I unfortunately, I think I go 4 in here with a little whip. Wasn't the smoothest. And then I don't know. That was the only time I got collected on that pipe. Of course, it happens in this time. This is the only time it happened. And then in this clip, I can hear, I don't have the audio right now, but I can hear the truck go wide open when it lands. And it's like, and then it sounds so sick. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. Did you feel like this track was kind of flowy? You could go fast, or was it a little bit more technical for the P&Bs that you've been to?
It was definitely more technical, but it definitely had a lot of flow. I thought it was good. I like the wall ride for sure.
To me, it almost felt like I was not showcasing, but I kind of tapped into my 10 scale roots a little bit because of how technical it was. I kind of enjoyed it because I've seen clips of this in the past, and I was like kind of scared. I was like, I don't know. Like, am I gonna hang on, let me stop screen. And am I gonna know how to go around these giant tracks? Because I'd never driven at a race time event like this before. And when I saw the track and I took my first lap, I was kind of like, there's no big like giant triples or giant doubles. It's all kind of technical. Like, how did you feel about the track?
I mean, yeah, it didn't really feel like a big 8 scale track to me. I don't know. There was no big jumps. But I mean, that is a big track, so maybe the depth perception for some people is a bit weird. I don't know. Did you not feel like that? Because that was the biggest track you've driven on, right?
Oh my goodness. And when my car reached the far left and right, I was like, it's over there. It's doing something. I have no idea what though. It was so small. I'd never driven anything where my car was that far away from me. It was very bizarre. Oh, Patrick says that was me. Bobby had to go home. Oh, well, thank you, Patrick, for getting that awesome clip. I really appreciate it. It was really good.
Oh, Ryan, there's a Mike Woods comment in there for you.
Mike Wood says, hey, Ryan, I sent you a friend request today and asked you a question in Messenger. Could you please respond to it? Oh, okay. I'll have to go look. Sorry, I have a lot of requests and things get pushed into like a spam folder. So unless I actively go in there and look, I don't get the notification. So I'll have to look. Sorry, Mike. Zeke says, good dudes here. Zeke, hey dude, I saw you on the top of the podium on the box there, whatever you did this past weekend, I think. So congrats on whatever that was.
Yeah, he and Kyle had a really good weekend.
Nice. Good job. Good job. Derek says Ryan is a goon. He's not wrong. I'm just trying to be like Mason because he is the king of goons. I don't see any other
Looks like
comments.
that really got it.
Oh, wait, we got a question here. Oh, jeez. Don't feel obligated to answer this one. Do you see the one I'm talking about? Is the most recent?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to comment?
I
on
mean,
that?
I don't have any plans to leave S Works, so I don't know.
Okay, so guys, if a guy is currently, exercising his contract with a brand, I don't know that you're going to get a super candid response to this, but I would say that Mason is having a great run here with S Works. So, yeah, you're more qualified to answer it than I am.
Yeah, no plans to leave S Works. That's
Okay.
my answer.
Oh,
Now, Ryan, did you hear Mason say he likes the wall ride? That was one of your spots that you hated the most.
So it's like, is it fun? Can I do it? Sure. I always look at a track for the masses and I say, okay, in general, what is going to happen in a racing scenario on this feature? And when you look at something, let's take the Pro e-buggy, Nitro, any of the mains. At the start of that race, when they get to the wall ride, they're all still bumper to bumper like they usually are on the opening lap. And it was like they had to wait in line to go on the roller coaster. Otherwise, they would just run into each other and create chaos. So if that's what happened in the pro race, what happens with the sportsman guys? I mean, we're all trying to progress and do well out there. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, but I just say it's cool, it looks neat, but man, it's really difficult for these lower level guys, and they probably could have had a race ruined by something like that. So
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them did. But for one race, I don't mind it. Like, not every race, obviously.
sure.
But for P&B, I mean, you got to have something at P&B.
Yeah. So they
Something
didn't have
crazy.
their big, sky triples or doubles. So it was the wall ride.
Yeah.
So I get it visually, the aesthetic. I understand why it was there. But as a person that raced it and I saw everybody else race it, I could see the frustrations that it would create that most racing features don't create. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
for sure.
But there's always the race time events. It seems like Bobby Moore is one of the best and at putting an obstacle in a spot that you can have the smallest mistake and it costs you big. So like the wall ride kind of is a tiny thing compared to like remember the Quadzilla Mason at AMS?
Mm-hmm. The P&B
Like
jump 2 years ago was crazy.
yeah, the P&B jump. I mean, I think Ryan's gonna have to go to P&B 20 because the rumor is that they're gonna really bring back a lot of features from throughout the year. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I was trying to pick Lycom's head and see if he would release any information, but he kind of kept it tight-lipped and whatnot. But that might be one that Ryan's gonna have to go to.
Would that be 2 years from now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. P&B 18. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
we were all on the same track. Nobody had an advantage. So I understand. We all get to race. We all have the same opportunity. You're just talking about racetrack design and creating features that are going to be fun and not create avoidable problems. That but I guess a track is supposed to be challenging. So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you could look at it, but that was my opinion. What else do we have in the chat here? Billy Womack says, when is Kevin Abbott going to debut his 8-scale skills? I don't know. Are you going to get an 8-scale car, or are we living vicariously through Talon at this moment?
Honestly, I did race 8-scale. I
know
just
you
haven't
did.
raced it in a while.
I'm saying now and going for the rest of the year.
No, if there's a race that he doesn't go to and I go to, maybe I will just for fun. But as long as he's there, my focus is on the team, the brand, and my son. So it's too hard to try to juggle all those things at once. I mean, I'm a person, I like to be 100% in, and I can't do all of it and feel like I'm being successful at one of them. So definitely not the driving. Won't be successful at that. So that'll just hit the, that just goes to the wayside.
We did have a
What's
better
that?
going in the pit strategy at P&B. Just throwing it out there. The pit strategy,
What's that?
the Kevin Abbott pitting services improved at P&B over past experiences. So we're working into progression here. No,
That is true.
it's hard. There's a lot to
That is
Nitro,
very true.
and getting the program locked in, dialed in, it takes a lot, and it's truly a blessing that Kevin is able to provide the support that he does to me, to Mason, to everybody in our industry, even though his focus is arguably more of his product line is 10 scale. So I've been enjoying all the 8 scale efforts that he's put in. I hope that he continues. I don't know. You guys will
Oh,
have to ask
absolutely
him
will.
and demand more 8 scale products and appearances at these races. I don't know. So Mason, what's up on the schedule for you? What's next here in the next couple months?
Well, we got Silver State. We leave Monday for that. Next Monday.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
So getting the cars ready for that. And then the Lone Star Challenge. It's in like middle of May.
Okay.
Which is like the Nats warm up. That'll be a Thornhill. And then the next big one is Nationals.
Oh, okay.
Which
Okay.
is in June. So it's kind of slowing down a little bit.
A little
after
bit.
Silver State.
Yeah. But still in the grind, still making it happen. One of the best to do it. Kevin, I don't know how long you wanted this thing to go, but if we're
No,
trying
I
to
mean, I just wanted to. Mainly, the reason I wanted to do it was because, like I said, dude, we tried doing this at P&B. You put in all the efforts in, and unfortunately, we just couldn't get the internet service that we wanted. So, I really wanted to, show my appreciation for the behind the scenes stuff that you did. And like I said, I mean, I don't think Mason gets enough credit, along with all the Fullers, for all the stuff that they do. And anytime we have an opportunity to pull him aside from his busy life and get him on social media, I know a lot of people really enjoy that. So
Mason is sort of okay. He's sort of an okay guy. Yeah, I can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't met with him at the track. Any of these guys are going to be super fun to hang out with. So Mason, I appreciate you being candid.
We're going to get him back to the Exalt race too.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we got to do something else. I know I'm not going to put you on the spot. We're not going to confirm anything, but
we're going to do something else.
I'd love for him to come down to Florida and really give it another go.
Yeah, it should be better next time, I think.
Yeah, I won't put you on blast. We know what happened.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, we had a good time though. No.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time, and I just regardless of outcome, I would love for it to happen again. So if you guys are in Florida and you want to see Mason come back down, text Kevin every day and tell him that Mason has to come back down, and spam his email. Put notes on orders. Make it happen. Come on, we gotta make it happen.
There you go. I like the last one. Put the comments in orders.
Mason is kicking anxiety's ass. That he is 100%, Patrick. Okay, Mason, did you have anything else that you wanted to contribute to the stream here?
Somebody asked if I run 1/10 off road.
Oh,
not really anymore.
Maybe Nationals, Island.
He's too busy with the 8 scale program. Takes a lot of work to
Well,
do those things wrong.
real quick, Mason, before we get off, what is I'll be obviously there for the Island Carpet Nationals. What is that place like? Because I've talked to Tom about it, and I mean, I'm really anxious to go, but I've never, I've never really been able to get a consistent vibe. I talked to the owner a couple times, and he seems to be extremely nice.
I mean, the facility's sick. They got like an oval track there too, big hobby shop. I mean, the pits, that doesn't seem like there's that much pits for a big race, but I mean, they've had big races there before. I haven't been, but
those guys got their contingency plans, and they know what they're doing. They'll figure it out.
The track though is definitely, I think, pretty sweet. with the jumps and how big it is and everything.
I was gonna say the layouts look like very
the layouts
different
are
than
sweet.
everybody else's, and they look awesome.
Yeah, like big jumps, high speed, all that.
I hope he keeps with his, you know, his consistency on what he does for tracks and doesn't, you know, dumb it down for nationals or anything like that. Because that's the first thing that stood out to me was how his layouts are way different. I mean, from all the other carpet tracks that we have out there. Bobby Phillips said he'll go. I'm gonna hold you to that, Bobby. Bobby Phillips, man, I'll tell you right now, a lot of people don't give that guy a lot of credit, but man, he took a big hiatus from racing for a while, did the family thing, and he has jumped back in. And I tell you, having him back in RC has been a lot of fun. 100%.
A lot of awesome people that make this RC stuff happen. Kevin is definitely one of them. Mason might be one of them. Not really sure.
Not one of them.
He has to come back down to Florida to confirm. But this was really fun. I don't know if you want to end this thing here, Kevin, but it feels like a good spot that we can shut her down. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. This was a lot of fun. Maybe we can do this again in the future with Mason, without Mason. I don't know. You guys let us know. I think it was kind of cool. It's kind of fun. He's a chill guy. Kevin, I don't know. Maybe not.
Damn.
AJ Zale, probably don't tune in next time. You know, you didn't really contribute much. Hunter King, come on, step it up. We got to get the Discord going next time, get some more interaction with the fans. Kevin, we'll work on that offline here.
You'll have to help me out. I don't Discord something new to me.
Yeah, we'll do it. It'll be fun. But thank you everybody for tuning in. That's going to be it for this one. This will be around for a little while. Share with your friends. Let them know where we're going to go next time, and then we'll see you at the track. Mason, good luck at the next one, whatever it is. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Kevin.
See you guys.
Good night, everybody.